International Disability Alliance, together with Victor Pineda Foundation, together with Open Society Foundation, teamed up here today in Kenya to develop and implement young people convening, and maybe it seems that we will achieve a goal to build a youth network that will be responsible to carry out projects and promote convention on the rights of people with disabilities across whole continent.
Well, I got my disability from polio when I was only 5 months old. When this happened, I was almost considered by my family as well as the surrounding community as a person who no longer has value. And so basically they forgot about me, I can say. And especially the community, in my community, disability is considered as a result of sin, as a result of curse, God's punishment, and all sorts of things. And because of this, I and my family went through, terrible ostracizations, terrible discriminations, marginalizations. But despite that, especially my mom and dad had this commitment for education, especially, and they believed that, well, now that our kid has these problems, and the only way we can make this up is through education. And they took me to, the best school that they could afford.
I have a friend who is a wheelchair user. It's called Henry. As he was a child, no one could think about Henry, society. No, those are people with disability, they need assistance and charity. And that's always a negative attitude towards people with disability. But when Henry was empowered, and he graduated from a university with a bachelor's of law, now everyone comes to Henry as a counsel or as his lawyer for advice. So it has changed the way the community thinks about Henry. Now they view Henry as a resourceful person in the community. But before, Henry was looked at as someone who needs charity and assistance.
But the community itself doesn't understood or doesn't understand what is disability. They take disability in terms of things that are culturally. Also, they take disability as it is a caste or something that's supposed not to be there. But according to the experience, we are trying to put all this understanding to the newest ways of how disabled people can be viewed according to the conventions. It is also part of human right.
And employment is getting a job is really difficult, for us as people with disability. That is also a hard part of that life, because they just expect that you can't do anything in your life. You can't do something good. Getting a job, you need to bargain with them so much. Yeah. Whereby so many women or young girls with disability have been raped. They are being raped, left with pregnancies, helpless, and then they get that tumor, so they end up like being affected seriously. And then others, like when they get married, they're really, there are situations which force them to get married. And when they get married, men really don't care for them. Men just want sex from them, but they don't cater, they don't give hope. And
These barriers can be addressed by a concerted action of youth with disabilities and people with disabilities in general. We have to have a voice, and we should not expect others to come and tell us that we have a space to speak up. We should demand that space, and we should see who's doing what, where we are, and we should unite and make our voices heard and heard loud.